Okay, so I've got this Bose Quiet Comfort 25 headset, and the right side speaker's dead, and I followed some of the instructional videos online to figure out how to take it apart. Some of this glue was kind of a pain. I guess I should have paid attention to what other people were doing with using a hairdryer. I tried using a heat gun, and I practically melted this cover here, but thankfully I didn't do any other damage, so do not use a heat gun. Bad. But I just used a hairdryer, and just a plain old household hairdryer, and that seemed to melt the glue pretty well without heating things up too much. And then I used this little tools like this, and I've got a couple of different things here, like this one, and small screwdrivers and whatnot. And it all came apart pretty easily, but there were some tricks where people took some pieces of paper like this here, and they would feed it through the other side. I don't really want to flip it over because I don't want all this to fall apart, but they would kind of feed it through the other side here and sort of poke at the speaker. But all they were really doing was just pressing down on the speaker. And I said if you could wiggle it around enough, it would just start working magically, and you'd have to leave the paper in there. And I just decided to take it apart because I wanted to know what was really going on here. And if you look, there's a little wire. Hopefully you can see it. But there's a little wire right in here. Alright, so there's just a little wire here. And if I press on the wire, it starts working. So I'm going to turn some music on. Okay, so I'm just going to try and get the microphone. So hopefully you can hear that, and there's nothing here. Now, if I press on this guy, right here on the wire where it connects at the end, you could see, you hear that? It's working now. And if I let it go, you see? So I'm trying to decide if I should just replace the speaker or if I should try and puncture a hole in this little guy and try and keep it really tiny because I don't want to damage this mylar or plastic or whatever this is, the speaker material, and either solder it very carefully or glue it or something. But I just thought I would make this little video just to show you that this is the culprit right here. So, yeah, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Alright, so as you can see, I've got a new speaker in there. It is not the one that came with it. So I had tried to fix the previous speaker by cutting through the speaker material and repairing the wire, but the wire just kind of got lost in there. I couldn't actually find out where it was, so I tried cutting it a little more, and then I tried melting the plastic away, and you can kind of see what the result was. I just totally mangled it. But it seemed like right in here you could see the wire there, and it seemed I figured there ought to be a wire in there somewhere, but wherever it is, I couldn't find it. So yeah, I ended up mangling it, so I just got on eBay and got a replacement speaker, and it sounds pretty good. I was a little concerned because it was an off-brand one, from the best I can tell. Markings are a little different, and the solder points are a little different. And I actually thought that when I took this out, I thought that this more red wire here was on the other side. I could have sworn it was. I didn't bother to open this one to see, but it wouldn't work the other way around. I found that kind of interesting, but I don't know, maybe there's just something about this, the way how this tiny speaker works. It only worked if I put the red wire on this side and the, I don't know, orange wire, copper wire on this side. But it's working like a charm. Worked great. So that's both sides there. I guess that's kind of silly to, you could probably hear it, but not like I can really get it on the camera. But anyway, that's all it took. And you can see my mangled up cover here. This used to be nice and smooth, but that's thanks to me using a heat gun. Remember, no heat gun. Just use a hairdryer to soften up the glue. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and hope you found it helpful. Don't do what I did. That didn't work. I think that speaker, I think I paid like $15 for it. So it's really not bad. It's not a bad price. Okay, so one last follow-up. Apparently I was right about the wires. The red wire did need to go on the other side. After I got everything put back together again, it worked fine, but as soon as I turned the amplifier, or whatever this switch does, I guess as soon as I flipped the switch, I got horrible feedback, like a really whiny, hissy, feedbacky sound. And so I took them apart and switched the wires around. And I don't know why it wouldn't work for me before. I didn't actually solder them on last time. I was just trying to touch them together. Maybe I just wasn't touching them right. But yeah, the red wire definitely belongs in the other side. So other than that, now they're working perfectly, both sides. So hopefully you found this helpful.